So, willkommen zurück bei The Council. Ich spiele Episode 1 ja jetzt ein zweites Mal. Treffe die Entscheidung ein wenig anders und viel Spaß dabei. Ach ja, das ist das Zimmer von Elizabeth. Sie hat einfach keine Probleme, würde ich sagen. So, raus mit uns. Das war das Zimmer von Elizabeth. Falsche Richtung. Wir schleichen uns mal hier weiter. Mal gucken, ob noch ein paar Zimmer offen sind. Hier ist schon zu. Warum kriege ich es nicht angezeigt? Und jetzt zu. Erlauben. Wo sind wir jetzt? Da drüben. Es wären zwei große Zimmer hier gewesen. Schade. Drunter wollen wir noch nicht. Peru ist zu.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Ja, da waren wir ja schon drin. Ups.
Might be better to take a different stairway. Might be better to take a different stairway.
Schauen wir noch mal bei Napoleon vorbei. Schloss knacken. So. Mindestens ein paar Populationspunkte noch über. Geht's nicht. Das ist wieder der Brief von seiner Mutter. Drüben lang einstecken. Handschuhe.
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, two great army chiefs.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
Okay. Cool. Bett. Nicht viel mehr zu sehen. Was? Das Schachspiel steht hier.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty. A fragment of amber.
Jawohl, Amber. So, auf Amber gehen wir schon mal voll ab.
A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire, a coin often used during the St. Louis era.
Nicht raus. Hier raus. Ich will noch bei Emily vorbeischauen. Mist. Gibt es hier irgendwie so ein großes Bischof? runter. Tralali, tralala. Oh, hallo. Elisabeth.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Hello. You're Elizabeth Adams, aren't you?
Yes, I regret that we haven't been properly introduced.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to your eye?
I had a bad fall.
Looks more like a punch to me.
My eye's nothing. Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Echt? Meine Mutter? Warum fragt sie? Mutter verschwunden ist.
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Was meint
Really?
sie?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No, I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Na gut.
And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
Kann ich hier
She's
nichts
able to
für.
describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that?
Oh Gott.
There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Etikette.
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You've suffered enough already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you.
Wow, wir haben es richtig gemacht.
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me.
Ich hab's
The only
alles
thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you.
Okay, fast.
Some people care about you, don't they?
Ihre Schwester
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes,
hat viele
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
she's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her.
Jawohl.
Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
Böse auszutreiben.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you
Ich
here
bin
then?
echt sauer.
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's coming for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Na gut. Oh. Noch mehr. Noch mehr hat sich versteckt. Hier hat es sich versteckt. Wohin soll ich? Vorhof. Jetzt zu. Ist hier irgendwas Neues? Das ist mal das Bild. Nicht raus. Das ist doch der Saal. Achso, das ist nur hinsetzen. Ja gut, dann schauen wir uns den Saal mal hier in aller Ruhe an. Megaloman. Megalotron. Gott, aufstehen. So, ich hatte da noch Bernsteinwasser gesehen. Ach, ein Goldelixier. Sehr schön. Oh,
A ruble.
Rubel. Holla, jetzt werden wir ja richtig reich. Ganze einzelne Rubel. Hi,
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service, day and night, sir.
Ich über den Gastgeber. Ich brauche Hilfe.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Ich hätte gern. Bernstein.
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately, I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Ach was, total wertlos. Na gut. Wie sieht's aus mit einem Buch? Bernsteinchen.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir, and I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Okay, überzeugen. Nein. Scheiße nicht drauf.
You wouldn't have a little golden elixir I could use, would you?
Oh, unfortunately, sir, I have orders not to give any of that medicine to any of Lord Mortimer's guests. Some guests are here to follow a very strict treatment. Mixing or combining certain substances would be dangerous for sir.
Ach Mensch, warum kostet das denn alles solche Punkte? Gut. Gastgeber über die Gäste.
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
Okay, Gastgeber.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
Habe ich mir gedacht, übers Anwesen. Jetzt kannst du halt noch mal reden. Erdgeschoss.
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Has Sir another question?
Erstes Obergeschoss.
What's on the first floor?
The first floor is reserved for guests, Sir. That is where Sir will find his private rooms. The main corridor leads around the building. 3 stairways will enable Sir to return to the ground floor. It is also from there that Sir will be able to reach the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Anything else, Sir?
Oh, ein zweites Obergeschoss.
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
Wie komme ich da
That
hoch?
floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer, Sir. In the west wing, on the second floor, are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holm, Sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does Sir have any more questions?
Okay, was ist draußen?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, Sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If Sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise Sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help Sir in any other way?
Zurück. Gut, dann glaube ich beende mal hier die Folge. Werde mich dann mal hier hinsetzen. Ich glaube, dann kann man schön ausloggen. Und damit sage ich Tschüss und Ciao. Bis zum nächsten Mal bei The Council. Eventuell ist fast schon Episode 2 erschienen. Und ja, mal sehen, wie ich das hinpacke, dass sich das nicht überschneidet mit dem Projekt. Also, bis dann. Tschüss, ciao, bye bye.